Hello everyone, I am 64 Lava and welcome back to the Isle of Mango. I did say that there was a Halloween special coming and here it is. I have just finished building Mango Beach's world famous ghost train and this has taken me a while to build. This is quite an intricate, very interactive build. We're just going to walk down the queue and we are going to ride it. I don't think I'm going to talk whilst I go on it because I think you guys need the coolest cinematic experience. So this is going to be my first person journey of the ghost train, and then once we are done with that, I'm going to go through it with you and kind of show you roughly how I made everything. And it is quite dark, so even if your computer or phone screen's brightness is low, maybe turn it up a little bit, but it needs to be dark for the mood. It needs to. Keep your hands inside the cart and enjoy if you dare. And of course we've got with one of these cool custom signs here, so we're going to right click this for a cart, place it on here, and let's ride the ghost train. And that was my ghost train. I really hope you enjoyed it, and happy Halloween, and let's get on with the video, shall we? Let's explain how it works, let's explain what everything does, what it means, and yeah, let's go. So firstly, I will start with the exit because we have just arrived here from our little run of the ghost train. I wanted to make something that kind of takes you out of the spooky theme, so it still fits it, but it's nice and bright in here. It's not scary anymore. I do have like a little gift shop here where I'm hoping that people will come and buy like my themed banners and stuff like that after they've enjoyed riding it. I've got one of my monster fridges here so that if you're sat waiting for your friend to come screaming down here one at a time, you can sit and wait. And I've got the lift here that goes back up to the surface, and the lift doesn't actually take us to the entrance at all, and as you can see, it's a really long lift because the floor of the exit is literally the void. This takes us into a pretty hidden spot that you can't really see from one of our apartment buildings. The only actual doors sometimes are the little gap that the cart can get through, so it's a lot easier for me to show you this in spectator mode. So the first section of the ghost train is a traditional ghost train. It's exactly what you expect. There's scenes, so there's little bits happening, and there's also some like little things in the wall that jump out of you. I have a hanging villager here, and even though the witch is currently facing that, well, there we go, the witch is facing the right way now. The villager is hung upside down by putting the dinner bone name tag on it and simply putting chains above it, and I've definitely got barrier blocks surrounding the villager, which is why it's not moving. What's so cool is that when you go past this, you don't always have enough time to think about how this is done, and I think that makes it like loads cooler. You go by and you go, wait, whoa, and by the time you've had to think about how I've done it, we've moved on to the next thing, and I think that's what makes it so impressive. I love the Endermen because their eyes glow in the dark, and that's the whole reason I have them there. But also, if you do look at them, they do make that horrible, scary noise, and that is what I wanted. You genuinely have a fear of looking at it. You can't just look straight at it and laugh. You kind of have to be like, ooh. Inside here. There's something so funny about this. Maybe it's the fact that, like, how they sit on the boat. Mojang, I do not know why this is in the game. Why can we put everything in boats? That is just funny. Like, look at them. They look like they are about to get a gold medal. But obviously you can't see the boats when you're on the cart here, but they do stay there. And obviously Endermen teleport. So if you are doing this, you need to keep them in something. After I'd made that villager hang from the chain, I thought, hang on a second. The villager's feet are touching the chain, so surely that means the villager's feet would just touch any ordinary block. So all this is to keep the villagers there is a bunch of barrier blocks here, and all these villagers are called dinner bone so that they are upside down, and they just walk around like it's nothing, like they're not upside down, because in reality they're walking on the floor, which is about here where my head is right now. But obviously it looks like they're walking on the floor up there, and to make it more convincing, I've used as many blocks as I can that work upside down, like the item frames, that kind of bench chair design with the signs works upside down. I want to make a full-on video about this, not just about it, but I want to make some crazy weird upside down world that's got upside down versions of lots of different stuff. So let me know if you'd love to see that. And this room I made to be some sort of scary spider lair, but none of the spiders seem to like it. They just keep going to the top and nothing quite worked for me. So I put some zombies in there. So my friend Mo came on and tested this ghost train nearly an hour ago, and Mo went, oh, what about the jumping idea I had, these different like mobs jumping out at you from the ground? And I'd completely forgotten about it. So a few minutes ago Mo has made these just using redstone, and the mobs basically sit on there with barrier blocks around, of course, so they don't escape. When you go over this, it triggers them all to jump out, as you've seen, and that is, it's actually quite simple if you think of, oh no, it's not. This is beyond me. Some of you are looking at this and going, yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah, I get it. Whereas I look at that and that is just so confusing. I don't get that. I do redstone. I did do the pistons with the villagers. For example, I've done everything else in this ghost train. But as soon as you put like 3 repeaters next to each other, my brain is fried. Now this is the most what the hell part of the ghost train. This is just ridiculous. This is not Minecraft. It does not look like Minecraft. And I'm sure most of you can guess what this is. But if you haven't guessed, if I do this is a really cool map design that was done in the end. And I have basically just placed this map all the way around here. It seems to be that when you put a map on an item frame, the rail gets hidden below it. So that just makes it even more immersive. When you're on the cart and you go like this through here, you can't even see the track and you are just left thinking, okay, are we leaving Minecraft then? Is that what's happening? And this room that has loads of different lights is a bit of a troll because you don't actually get to experience all this light. You get fooled by this dispenser here, which is absolutely full of this custom potion that I did on Minecraft.tools, I think. And it's nausea for 8 seconds, but the important thing there is blindness for 7 seconds, so that whilst you're going through this light tunnel, you barely see anything. And I'm just taking the mick out of you at this point. You see absolutely nothing, and then as soon as your vision is returned, you go into this crazy tunnel of darkness. I didn't really have anything crazy in mind for this room. I thought it would be cool to have like loads of close calls with the lava, so you think you're gonna set on fire but you don't. There have been many times I've tested it and I have set on fire. It just looks cool, it's kind of spooky, and you're moving through all this area quite fast. As you can see here is the other one of those tunnels with the item frame designs. Make sure to use glow item frames, by the way, if you're doing this, because then you can see as you're going around and it looks ridiculously trippy. I can't even be in there for long. Either way, you go through this one really quickly. You come out here, maybe if you're unlucky, make an Enderman scream, and then you come out into this like cool box here. And the idea behind this is kind of a bit of a panic mode where you think you're going to fall into the lava and you don't, and that's because I've timed it so that when you fall off here you go onto this track, and as this falls onto this track you're kind of stuck on here for like half a second, and that's a bit like a am I going to roll back into the lava or am I going to roll through here? Even if you're not scared, it doesn't matter. It's Minecraft. We can't make it that scary. And I'm too scared to put loads of wardens in here, even though we know that that would be scary. This room is very cursed. And not cursed in a haunted way. Cursed in a cursed Minecraft way. The idea behind this is that it's supposed to be like mirrored creepers, but the creepers are so unpredictable and they walk around. To be honest, it was meant to be like a weird mirror effect with creepers, and even though it didn't turn out like that, I do think it is pretty scary that you go through. I also like the fact that there are no lights, yet there is like a weird glow in the middle, and that is just because I've used light blocks. Even though I've used no mods, a lot of the stuff in this ghost train does require creative mode, because I needed barrier blocks to make a floor here. Because I've used black for the walls, you can barely see the edge. So if you're going through it quickly, you don't know where the edge of the room is, and I think that just makes it really scary. Is it a massive room full of creepers? Is it not? Are they coming to get you? I don't know, but it's fun. I do like this room. It's so easy to build as well. It took less than 10 minutes. Okay, this bit is the funniest jump scare. It wasn't even meant to be a jump scare, it was just meant to be like, ooh, there's a big giant, but I know that the only way of having a giant is by summoning it, and I hope it stays in the game forever, because I think the giant might be my favorite mob in Minecraft. In this room, I have made an end portal floor, and then the track is running on barrier blocks, of course, so it looks like it's hovering. And I'm going to try and not press the shift key, because if I go down right now, I literally go into the end. It just looks infinite. It looks crazy. It looks like you've got the whole of space below you. Even if you forget about the end, it's scary. And if you think about the end, it's really scary, because the last thing you want to do is fall through into the land of Endermen. This room is an infinite drop that is full of candles. I wanted to make this seem pretty cursed and haunted, but really it turned out kind of beautiful and I like it. We do have some spiders that are dinner boned, so they look like they're crawling on the ceiling. I know that, like, if you're in the scary creeper room and then you're going into the room with the giant and the end portal room, everything kind of changes, and this is kind of reminding you that you are on the Mango Ghost Train, which I like. And of course you've got to go up to go down, so I've got this giant bit upwards. I haven't done anything special for this, but I know it needed to happen because I wanted to do lots of drops nearer the end, and I needed to go up to near the surface, and I am near the surface. I'm right near the surface, actually, just here, which is actually quite funny considering that you probably think that you're really deep underground at this point. For this, I TNT'd a big hole from top to bottom, and I used the fill command to do this. So what I did was I replaced all the stone with orange terracotta, and then I replaced the deep slate with blue terracotta, but obviously it looks purple. That's just how terracotta works for some reason. I do not get the colours with terracotta, but yeah, that is why this looks really cool, and it only took a few minutes because I didn't need to design all this. It kind of just did it for me with the TNT, and it looked like spookier and natural, especially after you drop out of this like actual wooden room into an area that doesn't look like a room. You can tell something is going to happen. I'm sure this is still really dark, but because I'm in creative mode, now the Sculk sensors actually work. It was just pitch black in spectator mode, but this is literally a room made of Sculk that I did by I made this track first, like where I wanted it to go, and then I placed a load of TNT just like the thing before, and then I replaced every block in the area with Sculk, so it just looks like this really spooky Sculk tunnel. You don't need to do the Sculk like ceiling. I think the idea of going through a tunnel with the Sculk sensors is just cool anyway, but the deep dark is kind of spooky, isn't it? I had to fit that vibe in. But the scariest part of the whole thing for me is the giant terrifying face at the end. I don't know why, I've been scared of big faces since I was a kid, and even though I made it myself, this giant spooky face that you see coming out of here still scares me for some reason. I think it's the fact that, like, you creep and it's just revealed to you, and the fact that it's in this big cave. I was actually going to build more cool tunnels and have a face in those cool tunnels, but I came across this cave, and it's just a massive awesome cave with, I'm pretty sure that's dripstone, isn't it? Yeah, with dripstone coming from the top, and I thought, do you know what would be amazing? If I got rid of the lava at the bottom to make it really dark, and then I lit it up with this giant evil face, and it's by far the biggest room of the entire ghost train, and I just wanted to continue the spook by having this thing with a ghast. But to be honest, this bit is more like playful spooky, funny spooky than scary spooky. I know those teeth are scary, but it is a ghost train, so I did have to get a ghast in there somewhere, but the ghast is really far away because I am terrified of it destroying my stuff. So there you go, ghast. You can stay in that giant obsidian box forever where you can't destroy anything. This last bit of the ghost train isn't meant to be that scary, it's just meant to be cool. You fall through this big lava thing here, and the idea is that you kind of think, have I come off the track? Am I meant to be on this because it looks normal again? We're back to deep slate now. Is this still part of the track? Am I just going to fall into lava and die and that's the end? But no, you fall through here and you get taken along the void at the bottom. And that leads to the end, which I've explained before with the gift shop. And that is the ghost train and how it works. I want to wish you all a happy Halloween. Happy Halloween. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video. This is a Halloween special. I can't build amazing cool tracks like this every week, but I will try and do more minecart stuff, because even though I am the building guy, I do love a good minecart track. It's probably one of my favourite things about the game in general. I really wish they did a minecart update. Yeah, please subscribe if you're not already. Leave a like on the video. Send this to one of your friends before the end of the 31st of October. And that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching and happy Halloween!